What's good, everybody? Welcome to the vlog. So, I decided I actually wanted to start this challenge where I actually make these, I say actually too much, where I want to make just vlogs of what I do in the astral realm. So, a little bit about me. I actually astral travel every night, actually. And I started to notice that in keeping these astral travels to myself, that I'm not going as far as I want. I'm really busy in the spirit realm. I'm doing a lot in the astral realm. And I kept saying in my head, I wanted to tell my stories. I wanted to tell my stories. I want people to know about this stuff. And I felt like maybe my astral travels were something that I shouldn't talk about. And sometimes I felt like they would be too much. But I decided I ain't gonna do that no more. I'm gonna just talk about it. And whatever y'all are vibing with, okay? So today I think I'm gonna talk about this place called Polyverse. Now I actually don't know where to start because there's so many areas and stories I could start with. But you know what? I'm gonna just start with this one, okay? So this place is called Polyverse. Now, Polyverse is a place in the galaxy in which is like a portal to another galaxy called what is it called again? Polymere. And so when you go to Polyverse, it's basically an area in which you can experience different timelines in the multiverse. So the multiverse is just different. You can basically see it as different timelines in the universe. So many people call this reality shifting or timeline shifting or timeline jumping, all that type of stuff, right? But you're basically just jumping into different timelines in the universe or different. You're traveling the multiverse and you're going to different timelines, okay? So people would call this reality shifting. Now, when I first discovered Polyverse, I was in a meditation. I was like partially astral traveling. Now I got my iPad right here. This is where I write down. Y'all gonna see me with my iPad all the time because every night I write down what I'm doing in my iPad, okay? So I'm gonna start with this one. You guys are gonna notice my travels have a mix of it's like depending on the day. Sometimes I'm reality shifting, sometimes I'm talking to ETs, sometimes I'm going to school, sometimes I'm on a mission. There's so many different things I do depending on the time and the energy I'm in. But I gotta start talking about my travels, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Let's start with Polyverse. So when you go to Polyverse, you guys can go if you want. All you gotta do is set the intention, okay? And you're gonna go. Or maybe you won't go that night, but you're getting ready to go. Just like, for example, many times I will actually want to go somewhere and I'll be preparing to go there though, even in the physical, like I'll energetically be preparing to go there. Whether it's like, say I'm going to Polyverse in the physical, I'm exploring different ways of doing things. I'm kind of visiting different timelines in my mind and seeing different ways I could do things here. Because really when you're reality shifting in the astral realm, for example, you are going there to discover ways that you want to do things in this verse, right? So you're traveling different areas in the multiverse to get experience and then decide what you want to bring into this reality here, okay? And that's one big reason why many of you are going to be reality shifted. Now, if you're doing other stuff like missions, say you're going to school, you may notice you're getting a lot of lessons in the physical, spiritual teachings in the physical, and then you're like, you know what? I just need to go to astral school. I need to go to spirit school, man. And you realize you're dreaming of you going to school, or maybe you're in full. You're not perceiving your astral travel in a dream state, like where you're just dreaming you're in school and all that stuff, but you're literally seeing yourself in an ET school, like a space school, and then you're seeing your teachers are extraterrestrial and stuff like that. No matter what, though, you realize that you're traveling. So let's start with, I think I want to start with Polyverse, okay? Because I feel like maybe this is the best area to start. So when you go to Polyverse, you know that you are going to experience stuff that you're meant to experience. So you're letting the divine dictate what you're going to experience, what you're going to do, okay? So when I went there, I was like, first I went to sleep and I was like, before I go to sleep, I always kind of get inklings of where I'm going to go. Sometimes even on my wall's like a TV. It's literally like a big ass portal. I'll see the name of where I'm going to go. And many times it's just confirmation for what I feel. Or maybe I don't know and I'm like, you know what? I want to go to Polyverse, or I want to go here, I want to go there. I let my astral self dictate. Your astral self knows way more than you do. So let's start with Polyverse. So I went to Polyverse on June 21st. So I woke up in my bed, okay? And it was like my room looked different. And I noticed I was in a different version of myself. Like, I was decorating my room. People around me were talking about uplifting themselves, and I was hanging out with people that I don't usually hang out with. But I was seeing a lot of that, and then I wrote here, I told myself that I had to start closing my door fully, or else spirits would be able to come in. Yeah, because sometimes I leave my door open, and my guides were like, you should close your door, right? You should close your door. But I thought, this is fine, it's whatever. But I'd realize energies would come into my room, and so then this was just letting me know, like, look, close that damn door, okay? Now, there was some stuff with some people that I knew, which, of course, they came up later in the physical, right? And at one point, we were driving through a town and then a forest, and I was in this new energy. And I kept saying in my head, I want to bring this energy, like, I want to live in this energy all the time. So the point of this experience was I was meant to live in this new energy myself. And then when I woke up in the physical, I was like, I want to bring that here. Like, I want to feel that here. Okay, the next night, I was in this garage hanging out with, like, my friend's mom, and this white bunny kept coming in the garage. A lot of people were coming over. There was a lot of negative stuff that happened in this next night. It was teaching me lessons. Like, for example, like, people were helping others and they weren't helping me. It was kind of making me upset. Like, there was, like, a whole disaster and, like, nobody was helping me. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of weird. And then some random ass stuff. Like, for some reason, this damn dog keeps coming up in my astral travels. I keep having this brown dog that keeps coming up in astral. I could be in Sirius. I could be astral traveling on a water planet, and this damn dog comes. I'm like, who is it? I just call it now my spirit dog. Okay. And yeah, I guess there's not really much I want to say here because a lot of my experiences are pretty personal and they wouldn't really make sense if I told y'all. But if you guys want to go to Polyverse, definitely do so. And you know what's interesting is the night after that, I had this astral travel. I'm gonna tell y'all, it was actually a lucid dream, and this is where I started dream walking. I don't know if I want to make this a separate video or if I actually want to put it into the other one. You know what? I'm gonna save this for the next one, okay? So I'm gonna leave y'all with Polyverse. If y'all want to go, just put your intention to going here, and don't put your intention toward escaping. Whoa, there's like a spirit right over here. Whoa. There's a lot of fairies here right now. Don't put your attention toward trying to escape. Put your attention toward taking what you can from that verse, that reality, and taking it back to this reality. So, like, when I went to Polyverse, my room even looked different, my setup was different, and then when I woke up, I actually wanted to set up my room to look like that. I'm actually getting a new room to, like, film in my house. Like, we have to clean it up. And in the travel, my room was bigger, and, like, my desk wasn't there, so it was downstairs, and, like, it was open, and I was like, oh my God, I want this. So right away, I started to get ready to clean up. I started cleaning up that room. That room's got a lot of work to do. But I instantly was like, we got to get this room in alignment. Like, we got to get this room ready because I want my reality here to look like that one. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to end this here, and I'll see y'all on the next one, okay? I'm going to prove to y'all that we lock it in with this. Appreciate y'all. You take care.